Good morning, everybody from somewhere in Thailand. The mountain behind me is a very famous piece of work done on the 50th anniversary of, I'm not quite sure what the name of the king was, but when he was 50 years in reign, they lasered this gold inlay into the side of this mountain. It would appear that it also has a past with the American Army, and the American Air Force couldn't land their B-52s in anywhere close to Vietnam at the time. They made a pact with the Thai government, and the Thai government allowed them to use some of the shale and stone and rock from this mountain to extend what was then a very small airport. Not quite sure what the name of it is, but it's pretty close to here. And this enabled the American Air Force to run their B-52s from here in Thailand to maybe 2-3 hours away to Vietnam on their bombing excursions. It was a platform to land, repair, reload and return to Vietnam during the Vietnamese War. Some say that this inlay here was put here by the American government as a thank you to the Thai government for their initiative in helping them in the Vietnam War at the time. It is noted to be one of, if not the largest, Buddha monument or Buddha structure in the world. It is 73 meters wide and 48 meters tall. Just a piece of useless information for you, but I thought it was pretty spectacular as I passed by. I've been here before. And the grounds and the surrounding area have been maintained to the highest standard, and you can see of course the Thai flag, but it is you don't really get a true feeling for it until you're standing right in front of it. So from this little mountain here I shall take off down the road, and maybe we'll find some more pieces of enlightenment. If you look straight up the top of the mountain there, you can see flags. That'll tell you how high it is. That's how far away the flags are. It looks pretty small, but it's a magnificent sight to behold when you're standing right in front of it. Right, that's okay. That's it for now. Talk to you in a while. This, ladies and gentlemen, place is called Castillo de Bellagio. The House of Bellagio, I think that means. It is a spectacularly fantastic place. I have dined here about a year ago with some friends who come over from Europe. I'm not quite sure what the history is, but it is one of the most spectacular places I have ever seen. If it was a stately home, I would suggest that it would be owned by an English lord or whatever, but it is actually a restaurant cum hotel, I think. Castillo de Bellagio. And it is in the middle of the countryside. And when I say countryside, we're only down the road from where we just stopped at that mountain. There's that mountain over there where the lasered Buddha is, and this is just another part of Thailand that is off the beaten track, but if you know it, and I've been here before, what a spectacular place. Look at that. manicured gardens, everything you possibly want. If you wanted to bring the right lady for a nice meal, all on the doorstep. In the region of 45 minutes, 40 minutes from Pratumnak, Pattaya, you're in the middle of the country. And I, for one, think this is one of the most beautiful places I've ever visited. At night time it's completely and absolutely lit up, and there's lots of people here, and I do remember having a glass of wine and a dessert here, and it cost me nearly a mortgage, but it was well worth the culinary experience, and I would advise anybody who's coming here for 3 weeks to get out here, get out and explore the countryside. So anyway, from here I'm going to venture a little bit further down the road. There's one or two more little pieces of interest I'd like you to see. So we'll talk then. Once again, Thailand surprises. If you look across the way here, you will see what you normally see. That is a road, and obviously the countryside. I'm in a place now which I've never been before, but I have passed by. It is called Coffee War. Coffee War, and as you can see, Coffee War is written on a wing of a plane. And to my surprise, if you look behind me, you can see all of this. These are old decommissioned aeroplanes which have been turned into coffee shops and restaurants. And there's my GI buddy. And you can go in on these airplanes, which are fully loaded with seating and places to eat and enjoy the ambulance, as I like to call it, or the ambiance. But let it speak for itself. I think he might have a slight advantage in height over me. What do you think? Yeah, a little bit bigger. And that is Coffee War plane number 1. And this, as you see, the people underneath the going in are underneath the wing, because although it's only 11:30 in the morning here, it's extremely hot. It's in the region of about 33 degrees. And the only comfort I have is being on the bike when I'm driving down the road. This helicopter, as we know, was used extensively in the Vietnam War by the American War machine. It was nicknamed the Huey. I have no idea why, but there are some individuals out there who probably know better than I do about why they named these machines the name of the Huey. Huey. I have no idea why they would call it a Huey, but what it represents and the amount of men who fought the war and practically lived on these things 24/7, fighting against the Vietnamese. This over here is an engine from 747 as far as I know, and this here is a little Jeep, and this here is the smallest little thing I've ever seen. But this plane here, as far as I know, was what's known as a sortie plane, and it would go and it would check out the terrain and see where soldiers were lying in wait, radio back to command, and then the people who had the hand on the buttons, we'll say, or those who were pressing the bombs or directing the war, had an idea of where to go and where to drop their bombs. This is one of the biggest machines in the yard. I think this is, some people correct me, it looks like a 747. It's under construction. It hasn't been refitted yet. So it's going to make some coffee shop. That could make a hotel, never mind a coffee shop. And these are all full scale, decommissioned airlines. Wow, just look at that one there. Coffee War. No idea what make or model it is, but I have a friend who lives in England. His name is Ant, and he's pretty well up on the numbers, the technology, the engine side, the speeds, the whatever of these fantastic machines. Look at the size of that thing. I mean, talking about small R here compared to that. That is unbelievable how big that thing is. And they're fitting it out at the moment. As you can see, there's some construction going on around it. And if I go a bit further up the yard, there are other bits and pieces. Look at the size of that place. Spectacular. Absolutely in the middle of what I would call the Thai countryside / jungle. Over there is the mountains, and that's where most of the elephants are, wild elephants. There's one of the famous trucks that carried the American units wherever they needed to go at times of war. Slightly decommissioned, a little bit on the old side now, I'd say. This is another small helicopter. Look at the size of this. I mean, it is absolutely tiny. It's an engine, 2 seats, strap in and hold on for dear life. It's like an Etch-a-Sketch. It's like something I would have made when I was a kid, with all those model airplane things. That my brother threw out the window while he lit on fire. And all over here you have all sorts of memorabilia from the war. All sorts of tokens. Look at these motorbikes. No idea what model they are, but worth a few quid, I'd say. So just move along and have a look at this. This is a Willys Jeep, isn't it? I think it's a Willys, yeah. That alone, in Ireland, if I was to buy one of them, it brings Ireland, be worth a fortune. But unfortunately, you couldn't drive it anywhere because of that. You know yourself, the weather. And the captain is looking after everybody here. Don't know what he's got to do with the Roy Rogers or whoever he is. And then we have another. And all in here, there's all sorts of army memorabilia, army jackets, all that sort of thing. You can also, as far as I know, you can buy seating from an airline. But it's a fun place to be. A couple of guys came here that I know a while ago for coffee. I wasn't around at the time. I don't know whether I was going back to Ireland or whatever was going on. But anyway, I didn't get to do it, but they got to sit in the cockpits and drink coffee and all. I'm not going inside. It's like just like any other restaurant or coffee shop. But anyway, look at this little fella here. So we've seen three things today. I've seen before, but I haven't actually visited here. But the first one was Buddha Mountain, which is absolutely, photographs and video don't do it justice. It's absolutely spectacular. Then we came down the road and we went to a place called Castello de Bellagio. It is a beautiful, stately home, I assume, or whatever. I've eaten there before, a long time ago. Quite expensive, but well worth a once off. And it's like a palatial home. And then we came to Coffee Wars, which is the end of the trip for today. So until next time, have a great day. and I'm looking forward to showing my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Need everyone to subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you everybody. Take care and have a great day. Bye.